Hello, guys and gals, and welcome to another episode of Unique Items. Today we're going to be going over the Ars al Diabolos Blasphemous Grimoire, which is one of the new unique books for the Warlock. This one is 106 strength requirement, and it has 37% chance to block, 80 level requirement, so it's very high. I wonder if this is like a TC 87 item. It has 15% chance to cast level 1 Terror when struck, which I guess could be mildly useful to keep monsters away from you if you're not a melee character. If you are a melee character, well, you probably would never want that in a million years. But thankfully, it doesn't seem like this book is designed around melee characters. It looks like it's designed around casters. So we should be fine. Looking at the panel here, we've got like the full rolls on the item. So it does have the 15% chance against level 1 Terror when struck, which of course is going to make the monsters run away from you. Plus 2 Chaos Kills is static, and the plus 25% faster cast is static. It does have a roll between 15 to 25% fire skill damage, of course, because this seems to be an Apocalypse book, which rolls between 3 to 5 on Apocalypse specifically. So technically, if you were to find a perfect one of these books, you would have plus 5, 6, 7 to Apocalypse with 25% fire skill damage, which is kind of nutty. It also has 170 to 200% enhanced defense, and the defense is actually kind of high, 402 to 447. That's kind of nuts. Seems like it might actually be halfway decent as a defense book. It has fire resistance 20 to 30, and no all res, but it does have some fire res, which could help counter your Sunder Charm. And then we also have 5 to 10 mana after each kill, which is amazing for casters, and 5 to 10 light radius. The rolls on it aren't like that crazy, but the thing is that if you did end up with a really low Apocalypse, it tends to be not like the most valuable book. I'm assuming that the plus 5 on the Apocalypse is going to be the main determining factor of this book's value for the most part, because if you have a low Apocalypse, even if it's just 4 out of 5 instead of 5, it's not going to be like a plus 5, 6, 7 book. It's only going to be like a plus 6 book or something. I imagine the lower that Apocalypse skill gets, the less valuable this book becomes, and eventually it just becomes trash that you drop on the ground if it rolls really, really low. The fire skill damage, not as super important as the actual plus skill for the skill, but obviously if you had a 25% fire skill damage with 5 Apocalypse, that would be the real money maker right there. The mana after each kill is nice, but it's not something that's like super important to the book, so I don't really necessarily see it as being like a huge detraction if you rolled particularly low on this book. The graphic is kind of neat. It's got like a red burning. I mean, it kind of looks like, well, like Diablo, I guess. It seems to be like each one of these books is named after one of the prime evils. The some of the other books that I had access to, like one of them was the Balos book, and then there was another one. This is the Diabolos book, and then I think there's a Mepholos book as well, if I remember correctly. So there's like one for each prime evil, I guess. And then there's the measured text, which is kind of like a lower level book. It's interesting too because if you look at measured text, the measured text is also fire skills, and it has plus 1 warlock, plus 3 flame wave. It seems to be more generally designed around just like generic fire skills, as opposed to the Diabolos, which seems to be very specifically Apocalypse. In fact, I don't think it's going to be very useful outside of Apocalypse either, because it's only plus 2. Doesn't have any other skills on it. The fire skill damage is the only other thing that's really useful outside of that. So if you're not doing an Apocalypse build, I don't really know how useful Diabolos is going to be. It's definitely one of those niche items that's for a specific build on a specific character. So it's no other characters in the game except for the Warlock are going to be interested in it. No other builds other than the Apocalypse build are going to be interested in it. So you literally have to be a Warlock and you have to be an Apocalypse build, and then this book starts to become interesting to you. I don't even really see using it on any other build, to be honest. The fire skill damage is nice, but it's not like that amazing. I mean, maybe if you wanted, like if you just had it laying around and you just socket it with a facet or something, like a crappy 3/3 facet, I mean, you could get some negative res and a decent amount of fire skill damage, which could be useful for a little while. It does have 25% faster cast, so it kind of competes with a spirit, and it does have lower strength requirement. So, like, Apocalypse aside, it might be okay for some of the other abilities, but it really is designed around the Apocalypse skill itself. Mm. I think that's pretty much it for this book. Um, yeah, short video. As always, I do appreciate you guys and gals watching. Be sure to hit that like button and subscribe button if you are enjoying the content. As we go into the, what is it, the 13th season of Diablo, I think? Or is it the 12th? I can't remember. I think it's 13. And as always, keep watching.
Not even death can save you from me.
Well timed with that. Well timed, I must say.